Blog Talk Radio.
I'm gonna testify. Who like them want to defend that? Long time them deep want keep that. Musical keys and none of the gel lock. Wicked dirty heart stay back. Hey, nastiness and black. Pass them go round the chat. Hey, them have the eyes of the currency stock. Hey, I used to the currency stock. Bless the sound and sound the black. Shout that, give thanks for life a lot. Shout that, give thanks to life a lot. Shout that, great job for life a lot. Yeah, yeah, appreciate the season, but hey, 7 years of famine, 7 years of famine. Get that straight with all you got. You feel like knowledge of the earth, the what? Hey, hey, global ignorance and hey, and what have not. Always love in Africa, know what, you know what? Hey, we give thanks for life, Allah. Shout that, appreciate the season, but shout that, appreciate life a lot. Shout that, give thanks to Jah Allah. Oh, yes, it is the man that walk it now. Hey, Babylon, your system dry up. Hey, shout that, give thanks for life, Allah. Shout that, great job for life, Allah. Shout that, great job for life. Hey, hey, highly, I see that right off the bat. With the positivity in that. Hey, straight right cause I am one shot. The poverty in the spirit observe not. Hey, creation with no wonder what. Hey, but with bloodshed, cruelty, economic jobs, manufacturing that for long. Hey, higher education jobs, no what, no not love job of not. Me a ask them again, who like them want to defend that? Long time them teeth want keep that. Musical keys and none of the gel. Wicked dirty ass stay back. Nastiness and black. He found them go round the chat. Yeah, I used to the currency stock. Hey, Jack, bless us out. Hey, sound be black. About that, shout that with. Shout that, with. Yeah. Babylon, your system big and lock up. Hey, calling out for more than one backup. Hey, the spirits are beginning now to rack up. Hey, I know not even have time to back up. Hey, flex up and push up. Never want to get locked up. Positively, always keep stay up. Hey, give thanks for life, Allah. Shout that. Give thanks for life, Allah. Shout that. Appreciate the season back. Season back. Blessed is the man that walks. Yes, not. Coming on your system, Gyra. Buy me up the spice and the hat. Whether I be there or not. The rabbit and carrot. Yes, no again. Who like them walk in the I'm going to testify. can see, me not shy about nothing where I feel me. Cause as long as get the people still are in me. Yeah. Divine liberty, divine liberty. Yeah. What is the vision of the spirit of hungry? It is seen and never satisfied. This is the outgrowth that endanger the inside. And so any of the two extremes can confuse the mind. Any of the two extremes can confuse your mind. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Since that left when Rasta done, wipe out man down. Nothing to control world. Jesus caution, seed of time. Morning to evening, hunt for identity sales. Robbing the poor man blind. Robbing the poor man blind. Yeah. Yeah. Look and see it, you can see it. Me now show you about nothing where I feel me. And as long as they get the people still are in me. Divine liberty, divine liberty. The machine stay on, waiting at the documents arrive. Worldwide must come to life. Word for that, which must come to life. People who don't choose evil for life, don't work it out night and for life. Liberal Satan seen as the angel of light. Liberal Satan seen as the angel of light. Yeah. Wicked utmost clarity of fragmentation. When they speak of their high rhetorical practice and lie. Sweet politicians signing documents of their own defeat. Money late tonight, phone call. Whoa, yeah. Voting seats and right. For voting seats and people's right. Yeah, yeah. Manufacturing love in a debate. Poll positions according to the polls is their exaltation. It's in their interest to maintain the massive ignorance. Answer to no one, ask no one for permission. That is them political definition. Look and see it. Me not shy about nothing where you been me. From as long as get the people still are in me. Yeah. Divine identity, divine identity, divine identity, divine identity. Yeah. If them have man a ramp and road for redemption concerning the people that they are, that is alright. No receptive place, but the uninformed mind. Rough down and sell it to the monster buyout. Switzerland, the money decoy, the offshore road. You no powder, you no self generation out. No, destructive environmental breach of a open mouth. Yeah, of a open mouth. Yeah, of the open mouth. Yeah. Economic reach, articles and bright about, hear nothing about. The what they know is not nothing about. Look and see it, you can see it. Me now show you about nothing where I feel me. And as long as they get the people still are in me. Divine liberty, divine liberty. Divine liberty, the arms of justice guide, the arms of justice guide, all of yeah, the arms of justice, all of yeah.
Psalm 82. מזמור פ"ב, מזמור לאסף,
God standeth in the congregation of the mighty, the mighty, the mighty, the mighty, the mighty, the mighty.
אלוהים ניצב בעדת אל.
He judgeth among the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods.
בקרב אלוהים ישפוט.
How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations, 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 inherit all nations.
Yes. So here, we're at the 20th sabbatical study here. Tezaweh. Command. Also today's daily psalm, according to the royal order, I have Psalm 54. Here we're also in the season of the 127th anniversary of the Battle of Ottawa. Just take note right there. Here's a Tuesday podcast on the N and the I right here. Let's ride up right here with Tune from Bad Brains. Yes. I don't know if you know the artist and the group. Yeah. Cha Love. Here.
Many waters in the deep ocean, the bottom of the waters where the soul dwell. Like the breath of a life we breathe within, to rose up all those bones into the holy temple and then Jalo. My left hand, heart and soul, crown and throne, born to bone, and in the right hand, under a flow, it's golden brown, them golden brown stone seeds, Jello.
much love to all my friends. So much love to all my friends. Please, Mr. Minister, a word with you. Only take a minute, sir. So don't you screw. You no fight against the rummy. You no fight against the whining. You no fight against the cigarette smoking. Yes, you know, these things give cancer. Yes, you know, these things give cancer. Rasta man knows the truth, so you can't fool the youth. Rasta man knows the truth, so you can't fool the youth. What was hidden from the wise and prudent shall reveal to the babe and suckling. What was hidden from the wise and prudent shall reveal to the babe and suckling. Tell me why do you fight against the Kaliman? Tell me why do you fight against the Kaliman? Yes, you know, it's the healing of the nation. Yes, you know, it's the healing of the nation. Tell me why do you fight against the Kaliman? Tell me why do you fight against the Kaliman? Yes, you know, it's the healing of the nation. Yes, you know, it's the healing of the nation. Yeah, nah. Too much partialism in this place, yeah. God knows all the things you can't call them here, them and give them. I heard about that short cancer rap. Liar man, Daka man, Indian chief. Babylon kingdom know the truth. Liar man, Daka man, Indian chief. Yet them know it's the healing of the nation. Yet them know it's the truth. Tell me why do you fight against the Kaliman? Tell me why do you fight against the Kaliman? Yes, you know, it's the healing of the nation. Yes, them know, it's the curing of cancer. Yes, my Rasta man know the truth, so you can't fool the youth. Not the dreadlocks know it's the truth, so you can't fool the youth. Yes, them know, it's the healing of the nation. Yes, them know, it's the gift of Rasma. Not the dreadlocks know, not the dreadlocks know, not the dreadlocks know, not the dreadlocks know. Knowing the truth, that's the caliber cure cancer. Yeah, not the dreadlocks, knowing the truth. Babylon, so much partial. I've got a top ranking down, going to mash the down, to gather the people from around, get them to rock to the sound. I make them sing this song of culture, I make them singing them songs of love, I make them singing them songs of culture, I make them singing them songs of love, I make them forward ever and a backward, never forward, never and a backward, never. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Time for the people to unite, teaching them not to fight. Monarchs must turn to discipline. That's what true justice will celebrate. Sing them a song of culture. I make them singing them songs of love. I make them singing them a song of culture. I make them singing them a songs of love. I make them for a word ever and a backward never. For a word ever and a backward never. A backward never. A backward never. Yeah. Singing them a song of a culture. I'm singing them a song of love. Singing them a song of a culture. I'm singing them a song of love. I'm for a word ever and a backward never. For a word ever and a backward never. A backward never. A backward never, 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 never. Singing, 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 singing them a song of a culture. I'm singing them a song of love. I'm singing them a song of a culture. I'm singing them a song of love. I'm for a word never and a backward never. For a word never and a backward never. A backward never. A backward never. Hey, look and see, me not shy about nothing where I feel me. Cause as long as get the people still are hear me. Yeah, divine liberty, divine liberty. Yeah. What is the vision of the spirit of hungry? It is seen and never satisfied. Is it the outgrowth that endanger the inside? And so any of the two extremes can confuse the mind. Any of the two extremes can confuse your mind. Yeah, yeah. Sin that left when Rasta done, wipe out man down. Nothing to control world. See distortion, see lost time. Morning to evening, hunt for identity sales. Robbing the poor man blind. Robbing the poor man blind. Yeah. Yeah. Look and see. Me now show you about nothing where I feel me. And as long as they get some people still are hear me. Divine liberty. Divine liberty. The machine stay on, waiting at the documents are right. Worldwide must come to life. Word for that, which must come to life. People who don't choose evil for life, don't work it out night and for life. Liberal Satan seen as the angel of light. Liberal Satan seen as the angel of light. Yeah. Wicked utmost clarity of fragmentation. When they speak of the high rhetorical practice and lie. Sweet politicians signing documents of their own defeat. Money late night, phone call. Whoa, yeah. voting seats and right, for voting seats and people's right. Yeah, yeah. Manufacturing love in a debate. All positions according to the polls is their exaltation. It's in their interest to maintain the massive ignorance. Answer to no one, ask no one for permission. That is them political definition. You can see it. Me not shy about nothing. Where you being me? But as long as get the people still that hear me. Yeah. Divine identity. Divine identity. Divine identity. Divine identity. Yeah. It's them a panorama and road for redemption concerning the people that they are, that is alright. No receptive place, but the uninformed mind. Rough down and sell it to the monster buyout. Switzerland, the money decoy, the offshore road. You no powder, you no sell the generations out. No, destructive environmental breach of a open mouth. Yeah, of a open mouth. Yeah, of the open mouth. Yeah, economic teach, articles and bright they found. Hear nothing about. They what they know is not nothing about. You can see it. Me now show you about nothing where I feel me. And as long as they get the people still I hear me. Divine identity. Divine identity. Divine identity. The arms of justice. The arms of justice. All of yeah. The arms of justice. All of yeah.
For from the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts.
about this nation. Sometimes I sit down and I wonder, where is my prayer going to? Is there no one to help them? Before they go down in the drain, yeah, I'm asking you please to help out the nation. I'm asking you please to help out the nation. Sometimes I sit in that little corner, smoking my island, I'm meditating on the subject of my people and where they are going to. Yeah, I'm asking you please to help out the nation. I'm asking you please to help out the nation. Oh, Jah Almighty, oh God Almighty, Yahweh Almighty, and all the Almighty, I'm asking you please to help out the nation. I'm asking you please to help out the nation. Said I'm asking you please to help out the nation. Said I'm asking you to God Almighty, I'm asking you please. Every day I kneel down and I pray. Sometimes I sit down and I wonder, I'm asking you please to help out the nation.
On the subject of my people.
Oh Jah Almighty, oh God Almighty, Yahweh Almighty, and all the Almighty, I'm asking of thee.
The truth has overcome the lies, the good news of His Majesty in His Christ. And it is vital that we raise our tribal flag, the flag of the conquering lion of the tribe of Yehuda.
Millions of Christians throughout the world, Your Imperial Majesty, will regard you as the reincarnation of Jesus Christ.
Majesty Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia. We'll definitely touch on those.
And when the Lamb opened the seventh seal, silence covered the sky.
What life and history assert I and I concerning His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia, that Haile Malika is here to save this nation and the upcoming generation, and every living thing that moveth upon iration. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, born of royal blood, of the royal house of our father David, King of Israel, is the 225th king of the unbroken lineage of kings that constitute the Ethiopian royal Solomonic dynasty. In the fullness of time appointed, when His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I should be anointed king over Israel, 49 holy bishops and priests of the ancient empire of Ethiopia arrayed themselves in 7 groups of 7 for 7 days and 7 nights in the 7 corners of the Holy St. George's Cathedral in Addis Ababa, chanting the 9th Psalm of our Father David without ceasing and without rest. Then, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, garbed in white silk communion robe, along with his Empress Mani, had just completed the night of prayer at the most holy altar within the cathedral. He opened the doors of the Holy of Holies honorably and stepped forth, and preceded by hundreds of priests waving incense burners, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I entered the auditorium adjacent to the cathedral and sat upon his throne, decorated in scarlet and pure gold. And history can recall all the solemn promises made by His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I as he sat upon the throne of His Holiness in Addis Ababa. Firstly, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I made a solemn vow that he would uphold the Ethiopian Orthodox faith, and secondly, that he would maintain the integrity of Ethiopia, and thirdly, that he would build schools for the spiritual and material welfare of his people. History can also recall the voice of the high priest, Abuna Peril of Egypt, as he proclaimed before the large gathering: "Ye princes and ministers, ye nobles and chiefs of the army, ye soldiers and people of Ethiopia, ye doctors and chiefs of the clergy, ye professors and priests, look ye up on our Emperor Haile Selassie I, descended from the dynasty of Menelik I, born of Solomon and of Sheba, a dynasty perpetuated without interruption from that time unto King Haile Selassie and to our time. And for our large gathering witness the unfolding of ancient Hebraic ceremonial rites, as His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I was granted the 7 royal insignia of Israel. Firstly, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I was given his golden sword, studded with precious stones, symbolizing that the words of his mouth are likened unto a two-edged sword, of which he could use and smite the nations round about, executing justice and judgment. Secondly, he was given the scepter of Israel in ivory and gold, as is written in Genesis chapter 49, that the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Thirdly, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I was given a golden globe of the whole earth, symbolizing that in his hand he had the whole world in his hand. And fourthly, he was given a diamond encrusted ring, and the fifth was the traditional lances filigree in gold, and sixth was the ceremonial garment. And just as in the days of old, when Samuel anointed our father David, and Zadok and Nathan anointed Solomon, so the Abuna anointed His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I with 7 different ointments of oil of ancient prescription, and placed on his head the magnificent crown of pure native Ethiopian gold, adorned with diamonds and emeralds, concluding that may your crown be a crown of sanctity and glory, and that by the grace and blessings that we have given, you may have an unshaken faith and a pure heart, in order that you may inherit the crown eternal. So be it, so be it, so be it. Let heaven hear and earth listen, and all the foundations thereof be still, and know that His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I is the everlasting King of glory. Honor, majesty, power, and dominion are laid upon him, and righteousness, justice, and judgment is the habitation of his throne. These are the things which many prophets and righteous men of old have desired to see, and have not seen them, and have desired to hear, and have not heard them. But ye, blessed are your ears that have heard, and your eyes that have seen, of the glory of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of kings, Lord of lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Selah. As easy as that, Papa.
Sabbatical study, this I Rastafari sabbatical study for this Shabbat Strong. Shabbat Strong. Shem Ha'av W'Habein Ruach Kadosh. Glory be to the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Glory be. Glory be. We're gonna ride up here for this portion.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad.
Here for the third day, here for the TBT right here, the third Aliyah right here, Shema Yisrael, Shema, it is. Yes, yes. And here, Shema Yisrael, here, Giveo Yisrael, here for the Shalishi, here for the third Aliyah, the third reading, the third Aliyah, the third offering up here for this Shabbat Tetzaweh. Sabbath thou shalt command. Sabbath Tetzaweh. Here picking out with the second book of Moshe, Hebrew book that is called Exodus chapter 28. Here at verse 31 for the Shalishi Aliyah, for the third reading, third up offering here for this Shabbat Tetzaweh. Sabbath thou, male, shall command. The robe of the ephod. Here from the Sefer Shemot. We'asita eta ma'ila ha-ephod k'lila tikelet. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all blue. We'asita eta ma'ila ha-ephod k'lila tikelet. And thou shalt make the robe, and thou shalt make the ma'il. We'asita eta ma'il, thou shalt make the robe, ha-ephod, of the ephod, k'lila tikelet, k'lila tikelet, of blue. And there shall be a hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of a habergeon, that it be not rent. With haya, fia, rosho, del poco, safa, yehye, le fioa, saviva, maisse, or rega, kfia, tachra, yehye, loa, yekara'a. And it shall have a hole for the head in the midst thereof. Wehaya fia rosho betoko safa. It shall have a binding. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it. Yehye safa yehye lit fioa savi. Ma'ise orega kfia tachra. Yehye loa yikara'a. As it were the whole of a coat of mail, that it be not rent, that it be not ripped. And beneath, upon the hem of it, thou shalt make pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet round about the hem thereof, and bells of gold between them round about. A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate, upon the hem of the robe round about. And it shall be upon Aharon, upon Aaron, to minister. And his sound shall be heard when he goeth in to the holy, before Yahuwah, before Jehovah, and when he cometh out, that he die not. Wahaya Allah Aharon le sharet with nishma'ak Allah beho elah kodesh lifnei Yehovah uavet etoa with lo yamut. And it shall be upon Aharon, upon Aaron, to minister. Wahaya al Aharon le sharet. And it shall be upon Aaron le sharet, to minister. Wahaya al Aharon le sharet. We nishma'ak olo bevo elah kodesha lifnei Yehovah. And the sound thereof shall be heard. And the sound thereof shall be heard. We nishma'ak olo, when he goeth in. Bevo il ha-kodesh, when he goeth into ha-kodesh, into the holy. Bevo il ha-kodesh lifnei Yehovah, before Jehovah. And when he cometh out, uve'eto, and when he cometh out, uve'eto, with lo yamut, that he dies not. The holy crown, the isle, the set apart crown, the holy crown. Compare Exodus chapter 29, verse 6, the holy crown. Here, Shema, Exodus 28, verse 36. And thou, the eye, shall make a plate of pure gold, and grave upon it the engravings of a signet, holiness to Jehovah. With Asita, Sis, Zahav, Ahor, Uafia Tachita, Alayo, Fia Tucheya, Chotam, Kodesh la Yahuwah, and thou shalt make a plate of pure gold. With Asita, Tzitza, Zahav, Ahor, and grave upon it, and engrave upon it, Ua Pia Tachita, Alayo, like the engravings of a signet. Pia Tuche, Chotam, holiness la Yahuwah, holiness, islandness to Jehovah, Kodesh la Yahuwah, Kodesh la Yahuwah. And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the mitre. And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the mitre, upon the forefront of the mitre it shall be. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead. And that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things. The Bnei Yisrael, the children, the sons of Yisrael shall hallow in all their holy set apart gifts. And it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted lifnei or before Jehovah. Wahaya Allah me'ach Aharon. With Nasa Aharon et Aaron HaKodashim Asher Yakadishu Bnei Yisrael Kol Matnot Kadeshehem. With Haya Allah Nitzoho Tamid Ratzona Lahem Lifnei Hoa. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead. With Haya al Meitzach. Wahaya al Meitzach Aharon. And it shall be upon Aaron's Meitzach, upon Aaron's forehead. With Haya Allah Meitzach Aharon. With Nasa Aharon Eta Aaron HaKodashim. And Aaron shall bear the Avon, the iniquity committed in the holy things, in the holy things. With Nasa Aharon Eta Eon HaKodashim Asher Yakadishu Bnei Yisrael. And Aaron shall bear the iniquity committed in the holy things, that the Bnei Yisrael, that the children of Israel shall hallow, shall set apart, shall make holy. With Nasa Aharon Eta Eon, with Nasa Aharon Eta Eon HaKodashim Asher Yakadishu Bnei Yisrael L'Kol Matanot Kadeshehem. Even in all their holy, their set apart gifts. L'Kol Matanot Kadeshehem. With Haya Allah Nitzocho Tamid. And it shall be always upon his forehead. With Haya Allah Nitzocho Tamid. Li'ratzona Lahem Lifnei Yehovah, that they may be accepted. Li'ratzon Lahem, that accepted for them, that they may be accepted Lifnei Yehovah, before Jehovah. The ordinary garments of the Kohen Gadol and Kohanim, the ordinary garments of the high priest and the priest, over which the garments for glory and beauty were put on. Verse 39. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre, the turban of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. And for Aaron's sons, for Aaron's sons, thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them, for glory and for beauty. Lekavod ulatif-aret, for glory, lekavod ulatif-aret, and for tif-aret, and for beauty. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and fill their hands, and sanctify them, and set them apart, that they may minister to me, to I, in the priest's office. With hila bashita otama eta hirona hika we eta banayo waito ua ma shachita otam ua mialeta eta yadam we kedashita otam we kahenu li, and thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, shall dress them with hila bashta otam, shall dress them eta aherona chika, and thou shalt put them, dress them upon Aaron thy brother. With hila bashta otam eta aherona chika, with eta banayo waito, and upon his sons, banayo ito, with him. Mashachita otam, and thou shalt anoint them, Messiah them. Mashachita otam. Mileta eta yadam, and consecrate them, and fill their hands. Mileta et yadam, and filling the hands, their hands. Mileta, and filling eta yadam, and filling their hands, or consecrate them. With idashta otam, and sanctify them, and setting them apart, and ilifying them with kiyadashta otam, with kiyahenu li, that they may minister to me, to I, in the priest's office, with kihenu li. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness, from the loins even to the thighs they shall reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon Benaiah, his sons, when they come in to the tabernacle of the congregation, the aggregation, or when they come near to the altar to minister in the holy, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever to him and his seed, after him, and his seed after him. Wehayu Allah Hirona wa Allah Benayo wa this Boama illa or Hella Moed or the Gishatama illa Hamizbeach Le Shareta Ba Kodesh Willowa Yisua Avon wa metu chukato olam malau ule zaro achrayo, and they shall be upon Aaron. Wehayu all Aharon, and upon his sons wa all banayu, when they go when they go into the tent of meeting, to the Ohel Moed, or the Gishta Ma'el HaMizbeach, or when they come near to the altar, or the Gishta Ma'el HaMizbeach Lishareta Ba'Kodesh, or when they come near to the Mizbeach Lishareta, to minister by Kodesh in the holy place. With Lo Yisu Aon, that they bear not iniquity. With Lo Yisu Avon, that they bear not Avon, that they bear not Aon, iniquity. With Lo Yisu Aon, Wa Metu, and die. Chukata Olam, it shall be a statute, chukat, for either to him, chukata olam lau, and to his seed, Ula Zar'o Achrayo, and to his seed after him. Wahayu Allah Rona Allah Banayowa Bevoama Illa Hella Moed, or Vigistama Illa Hamzreyacha Lishareta Bakodesh, Ulo Yisu Arona Vanetu, Hukato Lama Lawu, Ula Zar'o Achrayo, 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 Achrayo.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them, as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Then shall ye return, and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God, and him that serveth him not.
Oh yeah. Well, this one is dedicated to the Most High, Jah Almighty. Hey, נמצא תמיד אצלי בלב, give thanks and praise to Jah Jah, הוא שכל בוקר לו אני מודה, that I'm alive for another day. הוא שדואג, נמצא תמיד אצלי בלב, give thanks and praise to Jah Jah, הוא שכל בוקר לו אני מודה, שאני ער שוב for another day. I'm alive for another day. Can you see me? אני אתה יכול לקרוא לו אללה, רסטפארי קלי נמג'ה. אמא שלי אומרת מלך המלכים את גיל הרשעים, מדברת בבילון. הם אומרים לי תגזור, אבל השיער נשאר, אומרים תפסיק ליצור, אני עדיין שר, אומרים לי אל תאמין, אבל איך אחיה אם אין לי רוח, והוא שדואג נמצא תמיד אצלי בלב, give thanks and praise to Jah Jah, הוא שכל בוקר לו אני מודה, I'm alive for another day, והוא שדואג נמצא תמיד אצלי בלב, give thanks and praise to Jah Jah, הוא שכל בוקר לו אני מודה, שאני ער שוב for another day, yeah. You need to live your life like it is no tomorrow, there is no other day. Well, you know, I'm the lake of all the after midnight, people shall you say. We need to think before we act, so we have the right to know and self-respect. Well, give thanks and praises, and that's the reggae music. And praises one time, or give thanks and praises 2 times, well give thanks and praises 3 times, early in the morning and just before the night, me tell you give thanks and praises 1 time, or give thanks and praises 2 times, or give thanks and praises 3 times, and then you're done. Well let me tell you this, Jah Rastafari, Jah bless Rasta Ibraman, Jah bless them youth, and Jah bless y'all, and Jah bless them elderly people. Well, you know them a fought and blessed for this land. בלב. Give thanks and praise to Jah Jah.
כל הזרעים ששתלנו, ים אבות שהפרחנו, רבות הדרכים שסללנו, שונות ומשונות החלטות שקיבלנו. אדמה צמאה למים כמוני לא פחות, עצים צריכים אוויר וגם אני רוצה לחיות. בעולם כה משונה שהכל כל כך שונה, רע וטוב מתערבבים וזה לא במקרה. אבל כדי הזר מתערבב לו עם הצחוק, במצבים מסוימים צריך הכל הצד לצחוק. יש מחכים שהמזל יבוא בדלת וידפוק, ויש כאלה שיודעים שהעולם ישתוק. כל הזרעים ששתלנו, ים אבות שהפרחנו, רבות הדרכים שסללנו, שונות ומשונות החלטות שקיבלנו. אדמה צמאה למים כמוני לא פחות, עצים צריכים אוויר וגם אני רוצה לחיות. בעולם כה משונה שהכל כל כך שונה, רע וטוב מתערבבים וזה לא במקרה. על דרך המלך רוצים לעלות, לתקן את העולם, לנסות לשנות, מביטים אל המחר בעיניים פקוחות, בתוך המציאות בונים לנסיבות. Original roots and culture, all of the place, no separation. Right. כל הזרעים ששתלנו, ים אבות שהפרחנו, רבות הדרכים שסללנו, שונות ומשונות החלטות שקיבלנו. אדמה צמאה למים כמוני לא פחות, עצים צריכים אוויר וגם אני רוצה לחיות. בעולם כה משונה שהכל כל כך שונה, רע וטוב מתערבבים וזה לא במקרה. לימים שעוברים את הטוב לא שוכחים, את הרצמים בצד וממשיכים בחיים. החיים ממשיכים ולא לא לא עוצרים לרגע, לא נחים. על דרך המלך רוצים לעלות, לתקן את העולם, לנסות לשנות, מביטים אל המחר בעיניים פקוחות, בתוך המציאות בונים לנו תקוות. כל הזרעים ששתלנו, ים אבות שהפרחנו, רבות הדרכים שסללנו, שונות ומשונות החלטות שקיבלנו. אדמה צמאה למים כמוני לא פחות, עצים צריכים אוויר וגם אני רוצה לחיות. בעולם כה משונה שהכל כל כך שונה, רע וטוב מתערבבים וזה לא במקרה.
מה הם יעשו, תגיד לי מה הם יעשו, מה הם יעשו כשיקלטו שישתהו, מה הם יעשו, תגיד לי מה הם יעשו.
כבוד עלק, תקשיב.
My evil boy, everything takes time. My evil.
Rastafari. Abagada Awagacha Taya Kaya Mana Saifa Tada Warashata.
מה יעשו, תגיד לי מה יעשו, מה יעשו כשיקלטו שישתהו, מה יעשו, תגיד לי מה יעשו.
כבוד על תצוה.
יש כבוד, יש לאנשים שהאמינו, יש כבוד, יש לאלה שהאזינו, יש כבוד, יש לאריות ונמרים, אין כבוד, אין לנחשים וגבוהים, יש כבוד, יש בינינו לאלוהינו, יש כבוד, יש אנחנו לא לבדנו, יש כבוד, יש לסבלנות של שנים, אין כבוד, אין לנרקומנים לשקלים, כבוד לאלה שאיתנו כבר שנים, ואלה שעברו את הזמנים הקשים, אלה שלא רואים רק את הזרקורים, אלה חברים אחי, אלה הגברים, אלה שהבדילו בין עיקר לטפל, זה שמברך אותך מול זה שמקלל, אלה שהבדילו בין חרוץ לעצל, אלה שעבדו בשמש לא חיכו בצל, אלה שהיו אחד בפה אחד בלב, אלה שהבינו מי נותן ומי חונן, אלה שהבינו בין חבר לאויב, הם שאהבו אותי אותם אני אוהב, כי יש כבוד יש לאנשים שהאמינו, יש כבוד יש ואלה שהאזינו, יש כבוד יש לאריות ונמרים, אין כבוד אין לנחשים וגבוהים, יש כבוד יש בינינו לאלוהינו, יש כבוד יש אנחנו לא לבדנו, יש כבוד יש לסבלנות של שנים, אין כבוד אין לנרקומנים לשקלים, מציע לכל אלה שראו והאמינו, אלה שרצו לשמוע, אלה שהפנימו, אלה שאכלו את ההצלחה ולא השמינו, רק אתכם רצינו ואיתכם בנינו, אלה שחיפו נקי ולא רצו למעוך, אלה שהלכו ליד ולא חיפשו לדרוך, אלה שתמיד ידעת יש על מי לסמוך, גם כשהיה קשה עזרתם לי למשוך, אלה שהייתי כשעוד נראיתי מוזר, אלה שהביטו קצת קדימה למחר, אלה נשארו כשכל הרעש נגמר, מי שלא נשבר עומד מול זה שנמכר, כי יש כבוד יש לאנשים שהאמינו, יש כבוד יש ואלה שהאזינו, יש כבוד יש לאריות ונמרים, אין כבוד אין לנחשים וגבוהים, יש כבוד יש בינינו לאלוהינו, יש כבוד יש אנחנו לא לבדנו, יש כבוד יש לסבלנות של שנים, אין כבוד אין לנרקומנים לשקלים, יום יבוא אלה שצוחקים עכשיו יבכו, אלה שבוכים עכשיו הם עוד יצחקו, יום יבוא אלה שצוחקים עכשיו יבכו, אלה שבוכים עכשיו הם עוד יצחקו, ברוך השם יש לנו את האחרות לבחור, ממשיך קדימה לא נשאר מאחור, הכוח הוא בהתמדה, כן, ורק בסוף הדרך סופרים את הקופה, יש כבוד יש יש כבוד יש יש כבוד יש
Yes, cowboy, yes. Yes, Kabod, yes. There's glory, glory, there be glory, there exists glory, glory, there be glory. Yes, Kabod, yes. Yes, Kabod, yes. Yes,
Hebrew boy, everything takes time.
Shalom again, shalom, Chaverim. Here we have today's daily song. We have Psalm
3.
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies, on 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 mine enemies.
מזמור נ"ד למנצח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בבוא הזיפים ויאמרו לשאול, הלא דוד מסתתר עמנו. אלוהים בשמך הושיעני, ובגבורתך תדינני.
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon my name.
መዝሙር 53 በቅንፍ 54 ለመዘምራን አለቃ በበገናዎች ዜፋውያን መጥተው ለሳኦል እነሆ ዳዊት በእኛ ዘንድ ተሸሽጓል ብለው በነገሩት ጊዜ የዳዊት ትምህርት
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
መዝሙር 53 በቅንፍ 54 ለመዘምራን አለቃ በበገናዎች ዜፋውያን መጥተው ለሳኦል እነሆ ዳዊት በእኛ ዘንድ ተሸሽጓል ብለው በነገሩት ጊዜ የዳዊት ትምህርት
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
Teach me, teacher. Teach high and I am a teacher.
See, so this is what kind of cause I think, because some people, some Rasta man is more like, some Rasta don't do the work, in a sense of do the work.
I bring forth the Bible, bring forth the Bible, bring forth the Bible, bring forth.
Shalom to Anais Aling. Today's daily psalm according to the royal order of the Ethiopian Hebrew. Yes, I have the order. After the order of Malkas Edek, we have Mezmor Hamsa Arat. We have Psalm 54. Shalom to Anais Aling. Today's daily psalm according to the royal order of the Ethiopian Hebrew. Yes, I have the order. After the order of Malkas Edek, we have Mezmor Hamsa Arat. We have Psalm 54. Hamsa Arat, Mezmor Hamsa Arat, from the Metzaf Kedus, the Book of the Seven Seals of Garmawi Kamawi, Haile Selassie, the authorized, advised, Amharic Bible. Here is seen Lefetih Hamlak, Yekarebe Abetuta, Lefetih Hamlak, to the righteous source, the source of Fitih. You said the Fitah, the Fitih Neges, the Fitih, Lefetih Hamlak, Yekarebe Abetuta. A petition, an ask, a sha'al, a ask, or here in the royal Amharic, Abetuta, Abetu, I father, his father, of the house, Abetuta, le fitih, to the righteous, the fitih, they say the law of the kings, fitih neges, right, or the fitah nagas, don't say, but the fitih neges, right, the law, the justice, from the roots, justice, fitih, Lefetih Hamlak, Yekarebe, that which is brought near Abetuta. Let's get right into the psalm. We've gone through some of the, the details from the Sefer Tehillim, but here we're riding up with today's daily psalm according to the royal order of the Ethiopian Hebrews, and here after the order of Malachi as Tzedek. So first and foremost, see, this is a prayer, right? A prayer in danger, a prayer in peril. We have some of the historical context, right, according to the scripts brought out here in the superscription. So here, let's pick up Ahadu, Amlak, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the one source sent in the Jemralen, beginning in the true Trinity, the Holy Trinity, the Hebrew Trinity right here. So we have the superscription, Mezemran aleka, to the chief musician, to the musical director, to the musical leader, to the chief musician, begenawoch. Now it's interesting that we have the string music, the negino, and there is a bingi note, right? Benegi note, right? Bingi note. Right? We say the Hebrew ayabingi, nayabingi. We have string, right? Music, to play the harp. So here, Mamarinya on the begenas, begenawoch, zefawiyan, metato, le saol. So the zefawiyan, we have the zephim, right? Known as zephim Hebraically, or the how they call themselves, the Ziphites. Right here we have the zefawiyan metato. They came. Le Saul, and to Shaul, right? Shaul and to Saul, and the whole look, see, Dawit be'inyazen, Tesheshgual. He hides himself. Very interesting Hebraically, we get the mistatir. Hello, David mistatir Imanu. Doth not David hide himself with us? The hiding, mistatir, the Hebrew, mystery, secret. Tesheshgual, he hide himself below. They said, when they said it, in the time that they said it, yeah, David, Timharit. Here we have Timharit. Give us the Timharit of His Majesty, of Negus and Negas, the teaching of His divine majesty. Give us the maskil in the Hebrew. We have, KJV says to the chief musician, the musical leader, musical director on Negi notes. Maskil, italicized the psalm of David, when the Zephim came and said to Saul, doth not David hide himself with us? Isn't David a mystery with us? Hello, David mistatir Imanu. Here's the question in the royal heart. In that whole David ben Yazen Tesheshgual. Behold, but now it's interesting because in this sense right here, it's not so much a question. It could be. Right, but they're saying, behold, David is with us. We can go get him. They were snitches, informants, and some very ruthless and dangerous, violent men. Now, this psalm is a prayer for defense. That's why it's lefitin amlak, fitih amlak. Right, the just source. Here, Micah and I ride up with the HSV, Haile Selassie version, the Royal Amharic, side by side with the KJV. Let's pick up right here with a superscription. Once again, side by side, the Royal Amharic and the KJV, the King James Version. I now discover a version that's not the King James Version, the Book of the Seven Seals, the conquering lion tribe to the root of David. And that whole David ben Yazen and Tesheshgual, the law, yet David Timharit. To the chief musician on Negi note, Maskil, a psalm of David, when the Zephim came and said to Saul, doth not David hide himself with us? Quran, verse 1. Avitu, Besimeh Adnaim, Behailehema Reddelin, save me, Avitu, I father, his father, O father of the house. Besimeh Adnaim, Besimeh Adnaim, save I. In your name, by way of your name, Besimeh Adnaim, Behailehim, and by your Hail, your strength, your power. Note that we have the Gevura in the Hebrew. Behailehim, Fereddelim, judge me, but it's judge Fereddelim, judge ling, in favor, not Fereddabing, but Fereddelim, judge in favor of me. Behailehim, by the eyes male, Hail, the eyes male, power. Kuter Hulet, verse 2. Abetu Atzelotena Seman, Yafenim Kala, Adimt, heed, give ear, hear my prayer. Oh, Abir to our father's father house. Abir to a Selotena Saman. Yafinim Kala didn't give ear to the words of my mouth. Ya'afe. So we have the fe, the fe, right? Imrefi. Yafinim Kal, the word, the Kala. I didn't, right? Hear to I. Give ear to I. Like pay attention to what I am saying with Afe. My mouth, and the kal, the word of my mouth, meditation of my heart. Kuter source, verse 3. In Gadoch, Kumoa Binyalina, Hayalanima Nefsena, Shitawatalina, Giziabi Herina, Befitacho, Aladaregutim, for strangers. In Gadoch. Interesting here is, in Gadoch could be a guess. In Gada like a guest. In Gadoch, guest, in a sense. It's interesting. Guest. They're guest. You know, it's only that I live here, but they're a guest. In Gadoch, Kumo, Binyalina. In Gadoch, Kia Zarima, Kamu, Alai, Kamu. Here we have in the world of High Kumo Binyalina, in Gadoch, Kumo Binyalina, for strangers. are risen up against I. But properly, this is the proper word actually for the sense of the Zari, right? Hayalanim, hayalanim, hayalanim. The hayalan are the powerful ones, the strong mind them, the hayalan. This can be in a good sense or a bad sense. Here, we can divide the context. It's a bad sense because the hayalanim, nefsein, my soul, my psyche. Shitawatalina. Why would strong ones have to go after one's soul? Why against her? They have not put the sustain the good, the generous, that fitacho in their perception, before their faces. Not as an idol or idolatry, but in their presence, in their perception. Right? So he's before them. So they're viewing the world through his spectacle, so to speak. They have not said before them in their presence, in their perception. Selah, pause. Inneho yeredanya legetayem lenefseya de gafiwano. Behold, inneho, look, see, look, sight. Yeredanya, yeredanya will help me. He's helping me and he will help me. Is that the sense? That the sustainer, the good, the generous is helping me. Even while he's not hating on I. He is helping me, and he will, even from now ad infinitum. And my Lord, here says the Lord, in the KJV says, the Lord is with them that uphold my soul. The Lord is with them that it's interesting in the Hebrew, it has Adonai. De somke nafshi, that Adonai is for I as the upholder of my soul. It says that Adonai is for I, the somke, an upholder, somke nafshi. He's an upholder of my soul. By Marinda we have Getayim, and my Geta, my Lord. The Adonai sends le nefse, for my soul, the gafiwano. So here the KJV says the Lord is with them. Is with them. Who? With them that uphold my soul. Notice right here in the Hebrew, there's not that middle, there's no kind of middleman. It says that Getayim, that and my Lord Adonai le nefse, for my soul, the gafiwa is her support. Right, the Gafiwa is her support. We say upholder is her upholder of my suke. This is in perfect agreement with the Sefer Tehillim Adonai. Be'er somke nafshi getayim lenefse de Gafiwa no. Uter Amis, verse 5. Kafatina wadet alatoche ye melesatal. Be'unetehim atafacho. He shall reward evil. Right, the price is right. Reward them evil, right? Reward evil to mine enemies. Kafatin, evil. Water telatoche, to my haters, those who hate my soul, my psyche. Water telatoche, yemelisatal, right? He will reward. It's interesting. The evil is also because they're seeking to do this against my psyche, against she, metaphysically speaking. He will give them kafat she, right, for that evil they seek to do to she, to my soul. But it will net to him. Cut them off in your truth. All this talk about everybody got their own truth, your truth, my truth. That's some nonsense. Y'all keep following the Gentiles. Right, you know what? Some of them don't know any better. They don't know the right hand from the left hand, the Gentiles. But y'all know better. Once lost, now found. Right? Black and brown or dumb and down. Right? But here he says, cut them off in thy truth, in thy objective reality. You cut off all the fantasy, all these lies in the objective reality. See, they want to hit your soul, that subjective experience, which is your soul, the subjective experience. You know what I mean? See, many ones are so caught up. This is why a lot of people can't judge without trying to get some feeling about it. See, because the soul is caught up in the matrix. But he shall reward evil to my enemies, the telatoch and the telat, those who hate and want to cast her down, my soul, my psyche, cut them off in thy truth. Be'unet to him at the facho. Be'unet to him at the facho. Cut them off, cause them to perish, actually. Cause them to be lost. It's an interesting word. Here the KJV said cut them off, but the atafacho is like destroy thou them in thy truth.
Biometeka, the emet, biometika, biometeka, the emet, the truth, right? In truth, Hatzamitane is the idea here, even looking at the Hebrews to compare and contrast, is destroy them, cause them to perish in your objective reality. That's why it says the truth, right? The truth. But here it says, Be'unetih, right? Ba'amitika, ka. He who be in the I, male truth, Be'unetihim atafacho. Destroy them, cause them to be lost. Cut them off in thy objective reality. Kuter Sedis, verse 6. Kafik ade isawal halo ade tu melkam no wina simehin amesegnalo. I will freely sacrifice to the eye. Kafik ade, like my will, right? By my will, like that is linking the whole free will. The free will. With a free will offering will I sacrifice to thee. Kafekade. This is what that's to say. When it's what a free will offering is upon your will. Fekad. Fekad is the will. Kafekade from my will is sawalahalo. Shawalahalo. Shawalahalo abetu. My father, his father, old father of the house. Melkamna when for it is good. Shimehena mesegnalo. I will praise thy name. For it is good. Melkam the winner. For it is good. Simehin, and your name, your male name. They got all that kind of mix up. Simehin, amesegnalo, and your male name I will praise. I will give thanks to thy name, for it is good. Thy name is good. This is what this is saying. Like Psalm 52, round about verse 11. Thy name is good, is what is good, right? Not giving thanks is good. See, some people might get out of this, I will praise thy name, oh Lord, for it is good, for it's good to praise your name. They saying your name is good. That's what I'm going to praise, right? There's a reference also, to the earlier verse where it says, save me by thy name, and the fulfillment of the abetuta, of the ass, the sha'ah, abetuta, kutar sabat, verse 7. Kamekra hulu adnonyalena, for he hath delivered me, I, out of all trouble. Kamekra, from the mekra hulu, from all the mekra, the trouble, trials, tribulation, all of that. He hath delivered. He has saved I. Adnonyal. Adno, having saved I. He has saved, for he has, having saved I. It's already like a fait accompli. No matter how much they want to hate on I and me, right? He has already saved me, saved I. You have to receive this personal. Just silent prayer, be still and know this and know this. I name, right? I name my I. And my I name, and mine eye, she hath seen, she, my eye. Now here's what the I name, my eye, in the singularity. Mine eye, Selassie, I live every time. I name, my eye, and my eye, upon my haters, the haters of my suke, my psyche, the haters of I she has seen, for she has seen it upon them. She has seen it, mine eye. Very interesting verse right here, brought out here in the KJV. For he hath delivered I out of all troubles, trials, and tribulation, and mine eye have seen. It says his desire upon mine enemies. The more direct here is I name, and my eye. When we said that that single eye, unless I be single, right? The whole body full of light. I name, mine eye, she has seen it. She has already seen it. For she having seen it, my eye has already seen that single eye that Hamashiach, Yeshua has already seen it upon the haters, 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 upon the haters. I'm gonna catch the
መዝሙር 53 በቅንፍ 54 ለመዘምራን አለቃ በበገናዎች ዜፋውያን መጥተው ለሳኦል እነሆ ዳዊት በእኛ ዘንድ ተሸሽጓል ብለው በነገሩት ጊዜ የዳዊት ትምህርት አቤቱ በስምህ አድነኝ በኃይልህም ፍረድልኝ አቤቱ ጸሎቴን ስማኝ ያፌንም ቃል አድምጥ እንግዶች ቆመውብኛልና ኃያላንም ነፍሴን ሽተዋታልና እግዚአብሔርን በፊታቸው አላደረጉትም እነሆ እግዚአብሔር ይረዳኛል ጌታዬም ለነፍሴ ደጋፊዋ ነው ክፋትን ወደ ጠላቶቼ መልሳታል በእውነትህም አጥፋቸው ከፈቃዴ ሰዋልሃለሁ አቤቱ መልካም ነውና ስምህን አመሰግናለሁ ከመከራ ሁሉ አድኖኛልና ዓይኔም በጠላቶቼ ላይ አይታለችና
I'm going to testify. I'm going to testify what Jah has done for I. You say, I believe in life and prosperity. King Rastafari, how we don't time black everything. I believe in life and prosperity. Rastafari, how we don't time black everything. And even for my sons and my daughters, yeah. And thy mother and thy father. Length of days and we'll prosper. The last eyes are master, yeah. For the enemies are confounded. Rastafari power overthrow them, yeah. No lamp to no slaughter. They not to work for your laughter. Who trick the people and say it's a pastor, Babylon. You're a dirty bastard, yeah. For the enemies are confounded, yeah. Rastafari knowledge overthrow them, yeah. What to do, where to go, yeah. Nothing to prove yet and show. To those who want to learn and teach those, yeah. Ethiopia, Africa is my bad place. Defend of the fight. I see them all in their lurking place. For the innocent away. Put up them chopping flies. Hoping to see someone take the fight. Them never have no space to see what's left like right. So Rastafari is so great. So the enemies are confounded. Yeah. Rastafari come and overthrow them. And it's no belief life and prosperity. It's the last thing of the culture and black heritage. I believe life and prosperity. Rastafari, how we go down black heritage. Oh, the enemies are confounded. Rastafari power overthrow them. Yeah. And even for my sons and my daughters, yeah. And their mother and father. Long the days and we are still prosper. Rastafari is our master. And I am no love to no slaughter. You work a proctor, is no back with no laughter. Who took the people that say it's a pastor? Babylon, you're a dirty bastard. For the enemies are confounded, yeah. And all those wicked words are drowned. The enemies are confounded, yeah. Rastafari come and overthrow them, yeah. I say, I believe in life and prosperity. Rastafari is like culture and black heritage. I believe in life and prosperity. Rastafari is like culture and black heritage. I believe in life and prosperity. Rastafari is like culture and black heritage. I believe in life and prosperity. Rastafari is like culture and black heritage. And the enemies are confounded.
Legashun, Agarashun, Legashun, Zengashwe, Ethiopian menace, you know. But we want the next verse with Amharic. But we want the next verse with Amharic.
A king will reign in justice.
መዝሙር 53 በቅንፍ 54 ለመዘምራን አለቃ በበገናዎች ዜፋውያን መጥተው ለሳኦል እነሆ ዳዊት በእኛ ዘንድ ተሸሽጓል ብለው በነገሩት ጊዜ የዳዊት ትምህርት አቤቱ በስምህ አድነኝ በኃይልህም ፍረድልኝ አቤቱ ጸሎቴን ስማኝ ያፌንም ቃል አድምጥ እንግዶች ቆመውብኛልና ኃያላንም ነፍሴን ሽተዋታልና እግዚአብሔርን በፊታቸው አላደረጉትም እነሆ እግዚአብሔር ይረዳኛል ጌታዬም ለነፍሴ ደጋፊዋ ነው ክፋትን ወደ ጠላቶቼ መልሳታል በእውነትህም አጥፋቸው ከፈቃዴ ሰዋልሃለሁ አቤቱ መልካም ነውና ስምህን አመሰግናለሁ ከመከራ ሁሉ አድኖኛልና ዓይኔም በጠላቶቼ ላይ አይታለችና
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
מזמור נ"ד למנצח במדינות משכיל לדוד. מזמור נ"ד למנצח במדינות משכיל לדוד. ובוא הזיפים ויאמרו לשאול, הלא דוד מסתתר עמנו. אלוהים בשמך הושיעני, ובגבורתך תדימני.
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, as mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
That's the only part of Africa that wasn't. And so that's like you was talking about, it's just a pride to be from that part of Africa. There's a big pride, and even Jamaicans and Rastafarians, if that's the way you say it, Rastafari, they identify with the culture of Ethiopia and Eritrea, just based on the fact that it was never colonized. But that's a whole nother convo that, you know, they got experts that we got to be real careful about, because they'll check us on our facts. But nah, you know,
we just found out that he was a descendant of Ali Selassie. I was telling my friend, I said he looks like him.
He's a first descendant of him.
Well, he looks like those guys, Eritrean.
He is Eritrean.
Yeah,
that's what his nationality is.
Tell us about him.
Ethiopian. That's Solomon's bloodline.
Oh wow.
King Solomon.
The king of all kings.
Wow.
The triple crown. Walked with lions. Yeah, believe that. Gave Queen Elizabeth a lion. Sent her one back in the days. The only one with the triple crown. Aliyah Selassie. Jah Rastafari.
That's the only part of Africa that wasn't. And so that's like you was talking about, it's just a pride. To be from that part of Africa, there's a big pride, and even Jamaicans and Rastafarians, if that's the way you say it, Rastafari, they identify with the culture of Ethiopia and Eritrea, just based on the fact that it was never colonized. But that's a whole nother convo that, they got experts that we got to be real careful about because they'll check us on our facts. But
ተረትና ምሳሌ ሰምናወር ቀኔ ያልጎደፈሩት የለም ቃላት ጦርነት ለኔ እኮለኔ ብለው ከሚቸጋገሩ በጩማቸውን ይዘው ለመመሬ ታዘው ቀመቀኝ ይማሩ ከተምረው በልጽገው ፊደል እስከያድርግ አሞታቸው ፈቶ ስርዓቱን ቀልጦ ቆሞ በሐረግ ሊና እንደዚና በህግና ወግ ወገግ ብላ ወታ አህከንጅ ልጆ አላቅሽም ብትል በታተ መረጃ ማንም አይሰማህም አላዳምጥም የሴቶቹ አውራ ሊና ኮነኝ Yon the Sustaja. The Sustaja. Aurani Nakunayani, Yon the Sustaja. I drove all over Hareg. Hareg, Fidel Skydrick. Amotacho Fesso, Atun, I drove all over Hareg. Lina and Destina. Behegana weg, any man. Now Kenny, I'll go to Farutilum, Alat or Netlani. Taretinam Sally, coming out Kenny.
Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children.
Ethiopia. Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? O children of Israel? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians? Are ye not as children of the children of the Ethiopians? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Children of Israel, saith the Lord.
በራዳ ከአራት አምስት 6 ኪሎ ከጃን ሜዳ አውቶቡሱ ተራንስቶ ከመርካቶ ሰንጋተራ ቄራ ሳሪስ እስከ ላፍቶ ከፈረንሳይ ሰላምታ አለ ከቀበና ከጦር ኃይሎች መካኒሳ ከአየር ጤና ከጉለሌ ኮልፌ አቃቂ ቃሊቲ አስኮ ሰላምታ አለ ከልደታ ከሜክሲኮ ኢና 1897 the city was founded by Rastafari and it was them new flowers the beauty is surrounded by the same mountains rich tradition also is from the great to land the love the spiritual I think rich tradition also is from the great to land the heart is shining up to be black Ethiopia እጅነሳል ሽሮ ሜዳ ወዲያም ቤላ አምባሳደር ፒትስበርግ ባምቢስ ወይ ካዛንቺስ የሸገር ልጅ ጀግና አንተ የት ነሽ አንቺስ የረር ገርጂ ከላምበረት ከኮተቤ ሰላም ሰላም ገዳም ሰፈር ደጃቹ ቤት ከበቅሎ ቤት ወደ ቦሌ ኦሎምፒያ ሰላም ካለ መስቀል ፍላወር ኢትዮጵያ ሰላም ካለ ኢትዮጵያ
With Ethiopia, this man was born there, Babylon, to them that know me. Of Rahab and Babylon, Selah. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia. This man was born there, Selah. Selah. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia. This man was born there. Tyre with Ethiopia. This man was born there. With Ethiopia. This man was born there. With Ethiopia. 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 This man was born there. This man was born there.
Kadamawi.
The whole place is due
In Ethiopian life, the imperial ruler is likened in splendor to the sun, splendor to the sun, splendor to the sun, in exalted power to the lion, to the lion, to the lion, in his divine being to the kings of Israel, divine being to the kings of Israel, to the kings of Israel, to the kings of Israel, and at times to God, and at times to God, and at times to God himself.
If the white man has the idea of a white God, let him worship his God as he desires. We have found a new ideal. Because whilst our God has no color, and yet it is human to see everything through one's own spectacles, and since the white people have seen their God through their white spectacles, we have only now started to see our God through our own spectacles. We believe in the God of Ethiopia, the everlasting God, and we shall worship him through the spectacles of Ethiopia. Do you know what it is to be a man? To be a man is to bear resemblance of the Creator.
מזמור נ"ד למנצח בנגינות משכיל לדוד בבוא הזיפים ויאמרו לשאול הלא דוד מסתתר עמנו אלוהים בשמך הושיעני ובגבורתך תדינני.
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
And hear, Shema Yisrael, Shema, hear this. Today's Mizmor, Nun Dalet. Psalm L.I.V., Psalm 54. Today's daily psalm, according to the royal order of the Ethiopian Hebrews, and he has the order of Malachi as Zedek. We have Mizmor Nun Dalet, Non Dalet. 54th Psalm, Psalm L.I.V. And the superscription right here, let's take it from low degrees to high degrees. Today's daily psalm, the superscription reads in the KJV first, to the chief musician on Niginot, Maskil of Dawid, when the Zephim came and said to Saul, doth not Dawid, doth not David hide himself with us? Save me, save I, O Elohim, by thy name, and judge I by thy strength. So here we have the first verse in the KJV, which actually corresponds to the first two verses here in the Sefer Tehillim, in the Psalter, the Hebrew Psalter, the book of Psalms. We have the first two verses, the Aleph. Now, actually, the first three verses. This is interesting. Now, looking at the numbering, the first three verses, the Aleph, the Beit, and the Gimel. So the first three verses in the KJV, the King James Version, is the first verse. So we have the first verse, KJV, wise, corresponding to the first three verses, Hebraically or in the Hebrew, in the Sefer Tehillim, in the book of Psalms, in the cipher of the Tehillim, the praises, the Psalms. So here, for the first words, getting a groundation here for the first words. Today's daily psalm is a prayer, a tefillah, a prayer in peril, a prayer in peril. The poem here, it resembles many earlier ones in being a cry for help from one who was in imminent danger of death from pitiless enemies. Now, the title here connects it with Shaul or Saul's persecution of David, persecution of David, as we have here. Lam Natseach, Bi Niginot, Maskil Le David. For the chief musician, Lam Natseach, La Menatseach. For the chief musician, for the leader, also La, for overcoming within the Brit Chadash sense, particularly in the Chazon, Yochanan, in the book of Revelation, the revelation of Yochanan, Ai. We have in the Hebrew the Menatseach as the Menatseach in the Brit Chadash, the new covenant, the renewed covenant sense. But here, looking at the basic Peshat, the Hebrew sense of it, we have to the chief. The root is Natzach. To glitter, it has to glitter from afar. The secondary sense to be imminent as a superintendent, especially of the Heikal, of the temple, the Beit Mikdash services, and its music. And also there's a third as a denominative, right, which is related to a related Hebrew word here. We have the H5331, the Netzach. So we have the Natzach and the Netzach and the Natzach as the root of La Menatzeach, La for Menatzeach, for the Menatzeach, for the chief musician. Often this is interpreted in KJV as chief musician, in the Sefer Tehillim, the leader. Just to zoom in on that, very important note on the first word of many of the Psalms, the musical, some say directions, found in the superscription for many of the Psalms have Lam Natseach, Lam Menatseach, for the Menatseach, for the Menatseach, for the overcomer. So the sense of for the overcomer, New Testament sense, Brit Chadasha sense, in the Hebrew, in the Salsa, in the Psalm sense, the chief musician, in the KJV translation, Hebraically for the leader. So we can then look into some of the roots, the Natzach root, which is the H5329, as well as the H5331, the Netzach and the Natzach. And the Natzach root here is a goal, properly a goal, i.e. in S, the bright object at a distance traveled toward. The bright object, the objective at a distance traveled toward. Netzach, in another sense, in a figurative sense, is splendor, or subjectively, it's truthfulness, or in the objectively, it's the confidence. But usually in the third sense is adverbally, continually, to the most distant point of view, So now, following this as well, right, this particular root of the Netzach, taking the time right here to zoom in on the Netzach, as we have it in today's daily psalm and in many of the daily psalms. No doubt this will be a good point of reference just to get a good groundation on that first word. Usually the Lam Natzayach is the first word of many of the psalms in the superscription, translated as for or to the chief musician, to the leader, the Brit Chadasha sense, the renewed covenant sense, the overcomer. Now, KJV translates this word, the Netzach. We have the Natzach, H5329. Here, the H5331, KJV brings this out as always, the sense of Netzach. Netzach can mean always, constantly, the end, ever, evermore, perpetual. Also strength and victory. Now, Kabbalistically, according to the Kabbalah, we have this on the tree, on the eighth Chaim, right? The eighth Chaim, on the tree of life, we also have the Netzach. So there we get the sense of strength and victory, especially brought out in the translation as victory, the Netzach sense. Now that also has, its link with the Natzach sense that we have touched on, which is the H5329, where we have the one who's eminent, one who's a superintendent, especially of the Heikal, the temple, the Beit Mikdash, the holy house services, and in particular, it's music. In particular, the music. All right, so we have Nitzach, all right, to be chief. Nitzach, the Nitzach sense, to be chief. All right, Netzach, also Netzach, as a noun, the juice of the grapes, in the sense of as blood red, the juice of the grapes as blood red, also linking with the Netzach sense. That was a very interesting word to study, compare, and contrast as we just look through some of the basic relations here with this root word, and how in the New Testament sense, this is brought out as the overcomer. So here, just getting a good groundation on Netzach. What is Netzach? All right, and also bring out some of the New Testament points of reference within the Hebrew of the Brit Chadasha, of Chazon Yochanan, of the revelation of Johannes, the overcomer, to the overcomer, and the one who overcomes. The Menatzayach is the overcomer. Now here for today's daily psalm, according to the royal order of Ethiopian Hebrews. Mekanai, ride up, 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 ride up.
Yes, brothers and sisters. Don't know if you can hear me right here. Yes, the connection here is a little unstable, so we hope we can go to the full right here. Just kind of heads up. Yes, we have the overflow coming forward if we get interrupted right here. But here, the wise.
Adisha and music, heavy reggae music. Yeah.
למנצח בנגינות, מזכיר לדוד,
מזמור נ"ד למנצח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, צח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בנגינות משכיל, בנגינות משכיל לדוד.
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
מזמור נ"ד למנצח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, צח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בנגינות משכיל, בנגינות משכיל לדוד, 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 בנגינות משכיל לדוד. מזמור נ"ד למנצח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בבוא הזיפים ויאמרו לשאול, הלא דוד מסתתר עמנו. אלוהים בשמך הושיעני, ובגבורתך תדינני. אלוהים שמע תפילתי, האזינה לאמרי פי. כי זרים קמו עלי, ועריצים ביקשו נפשי, לא שמו אלוהים לנגדם סלע. הנה אלוהים עוזר לי, אדוני בסומכי נפשי. ישיב הרע לשוררי, באמיתך הצמיתם. בן דבר אזבחה לך, עוד שמך אדוני כי טוב. כי מכל צרה הצילני, ובאויבי ראתה עיני.
Here. Basic Hebrew. Here. Baby Hebrew. Shema Yisrael. 1 to 22. Abba Gadaha. Wazachata. Yakalama Nasa. Apa Sakara Shata. Again. Basic Hebrew. Baby Hebrew. 1 to 22. 22. Abba Gadaha. Wazachata. Yakalama Nasa. Apa Sakara Shata. Ta. Aleph. Ba Beit. Ga Gimel. Da Dalet. Ha Hey. Wa Wow. Za Zain. Cha Chet. Ta Tet. Ya Yod. Ka Kaf. La Lamed. Ma Bein. Na Nun. Sa Samech. A Ain. Pa Pei. Sa Sadai. Ka Kof. Ra Resh. Sha, Shin, Ta, Tau, Ta, Tau, Ta, Tau, Ta, Tau, Abagadaha, Wa, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, A, Pa, Sa, Ka, Ra, Sha, Ta, 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 Ta.
My Hebrew boy, everything takes.
Rastafari, Abagada, Taya, Kaya, Mana, Sai, Patada, Warashata.
So make no mistake about the mystic. Don't make a mistake about the mystic of the Psalms. Mizmor, the Mizmor Dawit, and the Sefer Tehillim. So make no mistake about the mystic. Don't make a mistake about the mystic of the Psalms. Mizmor, the Mizmor Dawit, and the Sefer Tehillim, and even the basic metaphysics, right? The metaphysical Bible dictionary, the metaphysics, right, of the Psalms, and of the key words, and also the Torah portion of reading and feedings. Right here we have the Zephites, or the Zephim. The Zephim, this is connected with the daily Psalm, Psalm 54. And in the study of Psalm 54, we have in the superscription concerning the Zephites, the Ziphites, or here the KJV calls them the Zephim, or Zephims. In the Hebrew, we have the Zephims, right? Here we have the superscription to the chief musician on the Nagin notes, or Bimgi notes, a maskil, of David, when the Zephim, or the Zephites came and said to Saul, to Shaul, doth not David hide himself with us? So we have the superscription right here. La Menatziach, being the Ginot Maskil LeDavid. Bevo, Zephim, Be-bo, or Bevo, Zifim, Boa, Zifim, Wayomru, Le Shaul. Hello, David, Mistatir Imanu, Eloha, Hoshaini, Uavigo Vorateka, Te Dinamni. So here we have the first verse right here, like from the Hebrew. This we have 3 verses, or the superscription and the first verse is included all here together. Now, just zooming in on the Zephites, or somebody enunciated as the Ziphites, found in the superscription here. Now, there's a connection, as we mentioned, with 1 Samuel chapter 23, verse 19, as well as 1 Samuel chapter 26, verse 1. So who are these Zephim, or the Zephims? Who are the Zephims? Now, looking them up, we looked them up as the Zephites. So many times we have the Yod Meme at the end for the Eem, as we have here with the Zephim, of those who are of a Zeph. Now, we touched on it briefly in the intro, in the first part of the Targum to the Psalm Mizmor Nun, right, or Non Dalet, the 54th Psalm, where we have this in the superscription here. So the connection with the Zeph, and also Zepha, the names Zeph and Zepha. But here, zooming in on the Zephites, the Ziphites, or the Zephim, they were inhabitants of the city of Zeph, or of the wilderness. We have those of the wilderness, the Midbar of Zeph, in which this city was located. Now, twice they went to Saul, they went to Shaul at Gibeah, or Gibeah, and told him where David was hiding. As we have in today's daily psalm in the superscription, when the Zephims came, Bevo HaZephim, and the Zephim came, Bevo HaZephim, Wayomru Le Shaul, and said, Vayomru, and they said, the Zephim said, Le Shaul, to Saul, hello, David, Mistatir Imanu? Doth not, hello, is it not, hello, David, Mistatir Imanu? Doesn't David hide himself with us? So that we have here, just in the Peshat here, from the low degrees to the high degrees, the first of the 2 truths. First, the earthly type, the natural type. What and who is Zephim? What are the main points of reference in the in the scriptures, in the Bible, in the Bible, with Zephim. Now here for the metaphysics. Now let's just note that it's twice, not just once, but it's twice that they went to Shaul at Gibeah or Gibeah, and told him where David was hiding. 1 Samuel chapter 23, verse 19, and 1 Samuel chapter 26, verse 1. Now, metaphysically, the Zephites, those of Zeph, the Zephim, they pertain to thoughts. The meta of the Zephites, the Zephim is thoughts. Thoughts belonging to the cleansing, purifying state of mind that Zeph, Z or Z-I-P-H, Zeph. Right? So what Zeph signifies. Now there's the wilderness of Zeph. The wilderness of Zeph, Z-I-P-H, Z-I-P-H, Zeph. Now this denotes a lack of discipline. The wilderness of Zeph denotes a lack of discipline, understanding, and cultivation of these thoughts. So the Zephites, or the Zephim, they belong to the cleansing because the root is Zeph. So now let's look at Zeph for a moment. We have Zeph. Zeph, the metaphysics of Zeph is flowing. Zeph is referring to overflowing. Zeph is also overwhelming. Zeph becoming liquid. Zeph becoming liquid or liquefaction, liquefying, refining, purifying. In that sense, cleansing. Zeph at the root of the Zephites and the Zephim. Now, where was Zeph? Zeph was a southern city of Yehuda, of Judah, a city in the hill country of Judah in Joshua chapter 15, verses 24 and verse 55. Also, Zeph was a wilderness. We have a midbar, or the wilderness in the hill country of Yehuda, of Judah, where David was in hiding from Saul, from Shaul, which represents the adversarial, right, the will. Right, the adversarial will. We're going to touch on this as well, that the ruling personal will is that Saul type, that Shaul type, that ruling personal will. So David was in a wilderness, the hill country of Judah, and he was hiding from Shaul and the Zephites, or the Zephim, Biboa ha-Zephim, Wayomru le Shaul, and the Zephim, the Zephites, they came and they told, and they said to Saul representing the ruling personal will, an adverse personal will. And he said to him, Hello, David mistater emanu. Does not David, is it not? Hello, is it not? Hello, David, mistater. Here the Hebrew root of the later day word mystery, mistater, from satar, to hide. Mistatir, the sense of hiding oneself. Hello, David, mistatir, Imanu, with us, amongst I and I. Here we have the sense of Imanu and Immanuel, Imanu, with us, El, the true good, the true God. Here, the Zephim, Ha-Zephim, say to Shaul, Hello, David, mistatir, Imanu. Does not David hide? Isn't he a mystery? Mistatir, a mystery. Mistatir, he satters, he hides himself. Imanu, with us. So they were basically informing Shaul, or ones would say, no, they're snitching, right? Dropping dime and snitching on David. So the Zeph connection. First of all, Zeph at the root of the Zephim and the Zephites and the Zephites, who I mentioned here in the superscription. So we have also, there is 1 Samuel 23 and 14, the connection of the wilderness, the hill country of Judah, known as Zeph. Now we have, lastly, the name of a man of Judah in 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 16. Now the meta of Zeph, the root of the Zephim and Zephites, Zeph, cleansing, purifying, thoughts and groups of thoughts in the prayer and the praise. So now referring to the wilderness, the midbars, the wilderness of Zeph flowing, Zeph overflowing, overwhelming, becoming liquid, liquefaction, refining, purifying, cleansing, the root, Hebraically, Zeph, getting to the root, the groundation. Now the metaphysics of it refers to cleansing and purifying thoughts and groups of thoughts in the prayer and praise. Prayer and praise signifies Yehuda, The Yehuda consciousness, the Yehuda symbolizes the prayer and praise consciousness of man, flowing Zif, refining Zif, purifying Zif, cleansing Zif. Two cities. There's a wilderness and a man of Yehuda by this particular name. So there's two cities known as Zif. There's a wilderness known as Zif. And there's a man of Yehuda, of Judah, known as Zif. Now connected with the Zif is Zifa, Zifa, Zifa. So now Zifa, building on the groundation of Zif, getting to the groundation to bottom out the meaning. What is the metaphysical meaning and the application of the Zifim, even here in today's daily psalm in Psalm 54, within the superscription. So we have Zifa. Zifa from the Hebrew means flux, flux. Fluidity. Fluidity is Zifa. So Zifa is a flux. Zifa, fluidity. Zifa, liquid. Zifa, flowing. Zifa, pure. Zifa, refined. And Zifa, clean. Zifa was a brother of Zif. So we have Zif and we have his brother, Zifa. So Zifa, brother of Zif and son of Jehalelel, Jehalelel of the Israelitish tribe of Yehuda, of Judah in 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 16. And the meta of Zifa. So we have Zif, right? Zif getting to the root, that flowing, overflowing, overwhelming, becoming liquid, liquefaction, refining, purifying, and cleansing. And here with Zifa, the flux, Zifa, Zifa, fluidity, Zifa, liquid, Zifa, flowing, Zifa, pure, Zifa, refined, Zifa, clean, metaphysically. The significance of Zifa is the same as that of Zif. It's a cleansing, purifying, refining thought in action, in the consciousness. In Zifa, we also see establish the effect of this thought. What is the effect of this thought in cleanliness and cleansiness and purity, the purity of thought, flux, flowing, clean, pure, refined. Now this gives us a context now for the ites and the eames that are known by the name Zif, with the Zifim and the Ziphites. So here continues the meta of the Ziphites, Zifim. We have thoughts belonging to the cleansing, purifying state of mind that Zif and also Zifa signify. The wilderness of Zif, it denotes a lack of discipline. So the wilderness of flowing, overwhelming, becoming liquid, liquefaction, refining, purifying, cleansing. The wilderness of Zif, it denotes a lack of discipline, a lack of discipleship, a lack of discipline, understanding, and cultivation. The cultivation of these thoughts, cultivating these thoughts. Hence, in their cleansing, purifying activities, they are liable, there's a liability here, they're liable to become destructive. So in their cleansing, in their purifying activity, this is what the Zif and the Ziphites and the Zifim represent, that in their cleansing, purifying activity, they are liable, right? They are liable to become destructive in that for the sake of establishing harmony, they would purge out even the spiritual and good if these seem to be standing in the way of the ruling personal will. If these seem to be standing in the way of the ruling personal will. Now, the Ziphites, the Zifim, they sought to help Saul, Shaul, the ruling personal will, to destroy David, to destroy David, representing divine, the divine love, the chesed, working toward rulership in the consciousness, working toward that rulership in the consciousness. So here, it's a very, very important connection, looking at the metaphysics, because now this, with this in thought and in heart and in mind, as we go through Psalm 54, Mizmor Nun Dalet, Mizmor Non Dalet, we can see the connection and also the reason, even from the beginning of today's daily psalm, with even the mention of the Zifim, of Haz, Zifim, of the Ziphites in connection with this episode in the well-beloved, in David's and in I life, and the metaphysical application there.
Yes. To put it in like simple terms, it's like throwing out the baby in the bath water. You got to echo there. Yeah, It's like the idea of thief. The word itself can have a cleansing idea, but now the Zephites and what they was doing, it's like too much bleach, trying to clean it out too much till you burn out the fabric, or you're throwing out the baby and the bath water in that sense right there. Yes, so here have midrash, so some of those basic areas, parts of the psalm that most ones kind of in traditional counterfeit Christianity we ignore. It's there in the Bible. We'll see it small type, so we think it's small print. But what do they say about the fine print? Yes, I. So that purification. Yes, I. Rastafari.
You're going to church on Sunday. There's no love in your heart on Monday. You're trying to show me that you know yourself. You better purify your heart when you know yourself.
This is what it is, okay? I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
And besides, we have also those informants too. The Zephim, the Zephites, they were informants. And so here's to write up this chant right here before we the midrash to seal up the T right here. You hear, lady?
Stand on it, boy. Hi, I'm Yami Bolo, and you're listening to Big Pin from Traffic Media Crew, large of all Italic crew. Yami Bolo said that. Yeah. Rastafari.
Impressive. Miss Inform herself, a lady, and you know. Original mother called Sister Cara. Original sister, not the original mama. Hey, I'm going to tell them, say, a lady and such them doing. Please. What's that now? I said the boy, for me, corner informer. I said the boy, for me, corner informer. Cause him a fight against me, I'm me lover. Yes, him a fight against me, I'm me lover. We used to move close, now we move closer. Said it. Him in a blocks, me in a road killer. Certain boy no love that. I'm gonna tell me father. He's not a dreadlocks, nor is not a rastaman. He's not a policeman, nor is not a soldier man. It was a informer, murderer. Say informer, not the era. Murderer, him under watching and a peeping. Murderer, say informer, not the era. Murderer, him under not chatting. Murderer, we are gonna put a fire on the informer. We are gonna put a fire on the informer. Cause him a fight us to we a rasta. And him a fight us to we a rasta. So we gone in the African style. So we gone in the African style. No while down in the desert they call it Sahara. I fell in love with this real rasta man. Village he come from, they call it the Congo. Native in town, we say I did know. They say we put another fire on informer. Put a fire on the informer. Him a fight just to be a rasta. And him a fight just to be a rasta. If you a farmer, you a producer. If you a burglar, then you a reducer. If you a artist, respect the consumer. But right now you a listen mother culture. Don't you know the one of them are imposter. Say informer na the era. Murderer, him under watching and a peeping. Murderer, say informer na the era. Murderer, him under not chatting. Murderer, certain guys up on the corner in for the llama. Certain guys on the corner informer. They say we don't know how. about the Council Mountain. For Cinderella and not DJ. Her name is DJ, they must say, eh? Come with this informer, him sitting on alley. Over Riverton Mountain, Cinderella lady and Nancy DJ. Eh? Now I say, the guy him a go like him a imposter. You know the daughter them ragamuffin DJ about Rasta. You know the dance we from them corner to corner. And certain guys for the honor informer. Certain guys upon the corner informer. Because down in the West Texas town of El Paso, me fell in love with a Jamaican guy. Night time you find me in my Rolls Royce with driving, say I like street fight. Other culture woman and the lady and boat, yeah. Certain boy for me corner informer. A certain boy for me corner.
מזמור נ"ד למנצח בנגינות משכיל לדוד, בבוא הזיפים ויאמרו לשאול, הלא דוד מסתתר עמנו. אלוהים בשמך הושיעני, ובגבורתך תדינני.
Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
It is good that you are here to record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa. People who see this throughout the world will realize that even in the 20th century, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath.
Here, and here, Midrash of today's daily psalm, Mizmor, non dalet, Mizmor nun dalet, Lamnatsiyach, din ginot, maskil letawi, bevo hazefim, wayomru lishov, hello, Dawid, mistatir imanu, for the leader, chief musician, Lamnatsiyach, with string music, be niginot, din ginot, maskil of David, Maskil Dawid. When the Ziphites came and said to Saul, doth not David hide himself with us? Before Hazefim Wayomru Lishaol, hello, Dawid, mistatir imanu. Elsewhere, this is what Scripture says. Zehu Shamar Hakatu, Rav. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked or ratchet. Mishle Shlomo, Proverbs of Solomon, Proverbs 29 and 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked or ratchet. Moshela, Makashiv, Allah Devar Shakar, Kola, Mishardayo, Rishai. If a ruler, if a ruler hearkeneth, Moshel, Makshib, Moshela Makshib. If a ruler
hearkeneth all devar shaker upon the word, the lying word, a lying word, all devar shaker, on lying word, all devar shaker, moshel makshi, all devar shaker. If a ruler hearkeneth to falsehood, to false accusation, hearkeneth, makshi, pays attention to and acts upon, moshel makshi, al devar shaker, call mishartayo rishaim, all his servants, call all mishartayo, all his servants rishaim, all his servants are ratchet, because they are liable to take advantage of the moshel, of the ruler's weakness, and bring lying charges. Similar as a statement in Ecclesiastes 10 and 2. As is the ruler of his people, so are his ministers. Moshel makshib al devar shaker, kol mishartayo risha'i. Rav Meir said in the name of Rav Joseph, such were the Bnei Yisrael, such were the sons, the children of Israel, when the Ziphites, beheld Shaul, Saul, incline his ear to listen to slander against David, they came and betrayed him to Shaul, to Saul, saying, even here in the superscription, the Hebraic second verse of today's daily psalm, Bevo ha-zifim vayomru le-Shaul, Hello, David mistatir imanu, saying, doth not David hide himself with us, with I and I? Hello, David mistatir, is he not hidden? Satar mistatir, hidden, a mystery, mistatir imanu, with I and I, amongst I and I, imanu. Hello, David mistatir imanu. Scripture tells us that Doeg, the Edomite, came and told Shaul. Scripture tells us, even in Mizmor Nun Beit, Lamnatseyach, Maskil le David, Bevo Doeg, Ha-Edomi, Wayaged le Shaul. For the leader, the chief musician, Maskil of David, when Doeg, the Edomite, came and told Saul, Bevo Doeg, Ha-Edomi, Wayaged le Shaul, and told Saul. And it tells also that Nabal asked mockingly in 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 10, who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? Therefore, when the Ziphites, the Zephim, observed that Saul, accepted the other's slander, forthwith they also came, as it is written even here in today's psalm, Mizmor Non Dalet, in Psalm 54, verses 1 and 2, Hebraically. It is written, the Ziphites came and said to Saul, doth not David hide himself with us? With us? Hide himself. Is he not a mystery? Before Hazasi, Wayomru le-Shaul, hello David, mistatir imanu. Save me, save I, O Elohim, by thy name. Here. Today's psalm is Mornun Dalet, Psalm L-I-V, Psalm 54. Here, the Hebraic third verse. Elohim, Bishimcha, Hoshaini. Elohim, Bishimcha, Hoshaini. Save me, Hoshaini. Hoshaini, Hoshaini, Elohim, O Elohim, Bishimcha, by thy name, by thy male name, Bishimcha, Bishimcha, Elohim, Bishimcha, Hoshaini. David said to Hakadosh, Baruch Hu, to the Holy One, the Isla One, the Sanctified, the Set Apart One, blessed be He, Ribon, Shel HaOlamim, Master of the Universe, Universal Master, Ribon, Shel HaOlamim. When a centenarius persecutes a man, the man may complain against him to the prefect. And when the prefect persecutes him, the man may complain against him to the emperor. But when the emperor persecutes the prefect, to whom may the prefect complain? He has no one to complain to except thee, I, Elohim b'shimcha hoshaini. And here, Midrash note on the centenarius, the Midrash note on Mizmor Nun Dalet, Psalm 54, on this interpretation of this getting to the root word here Hebraically, Roman legal institutions, bringing out more for the Talmud, the scholar of Torah and the scripture. Here, Midrash notes. Just so said to Hakadosh Baruch Hu, blessed be He, Ribon Shel HaOlamim, Master of the Universe, Shaul, Meleku. He is king, he is Melech, he is Negus, he is king, he is Melech. Shaul, Saul is king. To whom shall I complain against him? I can only complain to thee, the I male. Thus, like this, David said, even here in today's psalm, Hebraically the third verse, Psalm 54, verse 3, save me, O Elohim, by thy name, and judge I by thy strength. Elohim, b'shimcha hoshaini, u'avia voratecha tidneni, u'bi-geburateka tidneni. Elohim, save I by thy name, thy male name. Elohim, b'shimcha hoshaini, and write me by thy might. U'bi-geburateka, u'bi-geburateka tidneni. Here. What did he mean by the words, and judge me by thy strength, and judge me? U'bi-geburateka tidneni. What did he mean by and judge me? Tidneni, judge I, tidneni, by thy strength. U'bi-geburateka, by thy geburateka, thy gebura. What did David mean? He meant judge I, tidneni, right I by thy might, judge I by Torateka, by thy Torah, thy male Torateka, in that thou, the I, Ata, has written, according to Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 16, thou shalt not deliver to his master a bondman that is escaped from his master to thee. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 16. Thou shalt not deliver to his master a bondman that is escaped from his master to thee. If thou hast said, even of a bondman who yesternight served idols, that, quote, when he comes to thee, to the I, thou, the I, shalt not deliver him to his master. Surely thou wilt not deliver I into the hand of Shaul HaMelech, of King Saul, for I am a prince, and the son of a prince, as is said even in Ruth chapter 4, verses 20 to 22, where it reads, Nahshon begot Solomon, and Solomon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed, and Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David, begot David. And so judge me by thy strength, judge me by thy strength. Or be a gaburateka to deny me, and right eye by thy might. That is, by the strength of Torah, the strength, the might of Torah. That says, according to Mishlei Shlomo, the Proverbs of Solomon, Proverbs chapter 8, verse 14, counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. Strength is mine. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 14. Li etah ve'tushia ani vina li gevura. Counsel is mine. Li etah, and sound wisdom. Ve'tushia and tushia. Li etah ve'tushia. I am understanding. Ani vina. Ani bina. Ani, I, bina. Understanding, overstanding. Power is mine. Li gevura. Li gevura. Li etah ve'tushia. Ani bina. Li gevura. Hear my prayer, O Elohim. Give ear to the words of my mouth. Hear my prayer. Hear the Dalet, Hebraically, the fourth verse of today's Psalm, Mizmor Non Dalet, Psalm 54. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth. Elohim Shema Tifilati Hazina Limrefi. O Elohim, Elohim, Shema, Shema, hear, Shema, Tifilati, Shema, Tifilati, hear Tifilati, my prayer. Ha'azina, give ear, broaden the ear. Ha'azina, le'imrei fi, broaden the ear to the imrei fi, to the words of my fi, of my mouth. Elohim, Shema, Tifilati, Ha'azina, le'imrei fi. According to Rav Hoshaya, David said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the Holy One, blessed be He, Ribon Shel HaOlamim, Master of the universe, universal Master. Doeg, dog, came and slandered me, and slandered I. Saul accepted the slander from him and listened to him. Hazifim, the Ziphites of Zifim came, and Saul heeded them also. I shall not go to Shaul, to Saul, but to thee I. Hear me, give ear to me, give ear to I. Hear my prayer, O Elohim, for strangers have risen up against me. They have not set Elohim before them. Selah. Hear. Elohim Shema Tifilati Ha'azina Limrefi Kizarim Kamu Alai Ve'arzim Vikshu Nafshi Lo Samu Elohim Lenegdam Selah. They have not set their minds on what is written in the Torah, in HaTorah, even in Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 24. Cursed be he that smiteth his neighbor in secret. Cursed be he that smiteth his neighbor in secret. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 24. But what have they set their minds on? On what Saul said to them. And what did Saul say to them? In 1 Samuel 23:21, Saul said, blessed be ye of the Lord. But Of what avail Saul's blessing? Of what avail Shaul's baraka? If they are accursed men, they have been long accursed. For Moses cussed them, saying, "Cursed be he that smiteth his neighbor in secret." Hear, hear, hear. Hence it is said, even in today's daily psalm, Lo Samu Elohim lenegdam. They have not set Elohim before them. Selah. Pause. Lo Samu Elohim lenegdam. Selah. Behold, Elohim is my helper. The Lord is for me, for I as the upholder of my soul. Hear, hear, hear. Today's psalm, Mizmor Nun Dalet, Non Dalet. Hear the Vav, the 6th verse of today's psalm. Behold, Hine Elohim Ozer Li, Adonai Besomchei Nafshi. Behold, Elohim is my helper. Hine, look, see, here it is. Hine, Elohim Ozer Li. Ozer is the helper. Ozer is Ozer Li, for me. Li, for me. Ozer Li. Hine, Elohim Ozer Li. Adonai, B'somchei Nafshi. Adonai, Adonai, the sovereign. B'somchei Nafshi is for me, for I, as the supporter, the upholder of Nafshi, of my psyche. They asked David, who told thee this? Who told thee? Who told the eye this? According to Rav Shimon ben Pazi, David replied, when I was in the womb of Amy, of my mother, Eitan the Ezrahite prophesied that Elohim would say of me, even according to the words from Psalm 89, Hebrew 21st verse, Psalm 89, 21, I have found David my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him. I have found David my servant, and with my holy oil have I anointed. With my holy oil I have anointed him. Matati David Avdi Shemen Kadeshi Me Shachetia Matati David Avdi Shemen Kadeshi Me Shachetia. I have found David my servant. Matati David Avdi, with my holy oil, Shemen Kadeshi, Shemen Kadeshi, with the Shemen Kadeshi, my holy oil, have I anointed him. Mishachetio, I've messiahed him. Mishachetio, Matati David Abdi, Shemen Kadeshi, Mishachetio. Hence, here. Adonai is for me, for I, as the upholder of my soul. Adonai, B'somkei Nafshi. Adonai, B'somkei Nafshi. The upholder, as the upholder. The Hebrew here is idiomatic and more accurately reproduced by this translation than by the RV, the Revised Version, which reads, is of them that uphold my soul. More accurately translated here, today's psalm, as the upholder. Adonai B'somkei Nafshi, my soul, my psyche of she, Nafshi. On the other hand, Some translate as the great upholder of the soul. Bit somke nashi, bit somke nashi. The sense is not that Ha'el, Hayel, the true good, the true God, the power, Ha'elohim, is the support of the psalmist among many others, but the sense here Hebraically is that he is so in the supremest, in his supremacy degree, the highest degree, that he, even he who be Adonai, sums up in himself the qualities of a class, the class of helpers. Thus, hence here, Adonai, bit somke, nashi, 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 nashi.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.